Welcome back, man. It's another show. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. I mean, if you taking care of your kids, keep doing what you do, man. It's much appreciated. To all the women out there that's playing mommy and daddy, go sit your ass down. It's our day. Let us enjoy it. But man, how you doing, my man?
Oh man, I can't complain. Happy Father's Day to you, man.
Man, appreciate it, man. Man, when you gonna make that plunge, man?
Um, when I figure out how to make enough money to support them.
Hey, I feel you. Hey, shit, you ain't lying, brother. Cause that shit, raising a child is expensive. Good God, don't nothing break you quicker than a kid. So I feel you. But man, I mean, like they say, we celebrating Father's Day, but in this country, we got a dilemma going on at the border, man. You got a lot of fathers and mothers and families separated from they children at the border because they're illegal. Uh, what's your thoughts on that, bro? How you feel about that situation?
I send them back, man. If we're not accepting them, then we're not accepting them. But I don't believe in holding them. How are we gonna keep these people incarcerated and basically concentration camps is what it is, and we got them in there, and who's paying for it besides you and I? And if the problem is the illegality of their status, then send them back. How are you gonna keep them here if they're illegal? It don't even make sense.
Hey, I agree with you, but I mean the thing is though, you got a lot of them that got kids that was born here, so they kids is over here, and they in the system getting processed through the system because they're illegal. Now I say this, man, I'm like, I don't believe I'm with you on send them back, but if you gonna send one back, you might as well send all of them back. Don't keep their kids over here growing up in basically like a jail. You could say it's a shelter.
And you send them back.
Send them back with their parents because all you doing is creating a monster. You got kids, and you talking about little kids. We got kids that's babies out there, ain't got no parents. So they growing up essentially in like a group home. I mean, it's a prison type environment. So I mean, if you gonna send the parents back, then you might as well send the kids back as well. But I do propose this. I think just like they got this is just something I'm proposing. This is, I mean, just tell me if you think like like I think like how you got these shelters set up for the children. You should build like little gateway cities at the border. So say like, okay, you get caught, you found that you're an illegal. Okay, your family gets sent to this gateway city, right? So then, okay, I mean, cause I believe in you should have a some type of um, transition to a pathway to citizenship. You know what I'm saying? So you once you put them in the gateway cities, you charge their ass with back taxes. You've been over here for so long, I'm gonna charge you, say, just throw a number out there, 25 grand per person. You pay that fine, we give you a social security card, and now you can go wherever you want to go. You are now legal. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how I look at it. If you was just over here working at some hotel, unless you was like some gangbanger, yeah, I'd deport your ass. But if you was just over here, an illegal, law-abiding citizen, then I think you should have a pathway to citizenship somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just me separating you from your family. Because we already seen what happened with black people when you did that shit. You start separating families, you going through it's a whole nother process again. It's the same thing that happened to black people. It's going to happen to the Hispanics. Man, so, I mean, because when you think about it, how it's been shown that people that don't have parents are less successful. Now you had that one in a million type of person that can beat the odds and defy the odds of not growing up with any kind of structural or family surroundings. But most people that don't have families, man, they just end up being in limbo somewhere. You know what I mean? So what do you think? I mean, what do you think is a way that we can kind of right this wrong?
Let them stay or send them back. There's no in between. There's no gateway city. Just let them stay or send them back. If they're gonna vote, and we've obviously let a guy be the president, and he's wielding a lot of power. If the country's going to go along with his agenda, and he's saying send them back, then and send them back. Send them all back. The children, If you're undocumented, illegal, send them back. Now, the people that have tried to get some papers, I think they should have the opportunity to become citizens because they've been here working. You had your unfortunate situation for whatever it is. They'll have a chance to become legitimate citizens. But everybody that's snuck here and send them back. If the word is send them back, send them back, send them back. And I'm not racist or sexist or classist or none of that. Send them back. If they saying because you can't go, you're not going to go to Mexico and be buried with no social security card or whatever their thing is and just be successful over there. Nah, it's not going to work. You don't even speak the language. You're not going to make it over there. They come over here. They don't know the language. You know what I'm saying? If we agree to send them back, send them back.
Let me ask you. You think it's too late though? Because we over here speaking Spanish rather than them speaking English. So it may be too late already. You know what I'm saying? When you think about, because if you think about it, you send all these people back, shit is going to shut down. They run the construction game.
Let's see it. Let's see it happen. I want to see it happen. Your president say that ain't the case. Let's see that. Let's let him have his way and see it happen. Send them back. Send them all back.
Now I say you just get that money because at the end of the day, I don't mind. I think it's really a resource thing. Like, as long as you pay your taxes, that would really make you a true American. Make them people pay their taxes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried. I
agree with you.
I'm not worried about your status. Just pay your taxes. Cause
I agree.
I want my Social Security when it's time for me to draw. You know what I'm saying?
Pay your taxes. You live in here. Pay your taxes.
Do your part, and we be good. I don't care if you speak English.
For real though.
That's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying when I say the gateway city. Give these people a pathway where they can pay their taxes. Cause that's
man. That gateway city, we gotta pay for that. Somebody gonna be in there. We gonna have to pay. First of all, who's got $25,000 or whatever it is to pay back taxes? Last time you owe some taxes, they got people on TV saying you can settle. We're gonna get the government to straighten it out. Man, ain't nobody paying no taxes, man.
Nah, that's cause you thinking on our level, man. Hispanics, they whole family structure different. Some of them got that bread.
They ain't got no $25,000 a piece.
Don't sleep on them folks, man. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep.
Send them back, B.
Nah, I'm with you. If you was over here already, man, you should have the option to either pay them taxes or you go back. Now, if we catch you going forward, send your ass back. Because you think about it. If people, they willing to be in the back of a trailer with 100 other people in the Texas summer. It can't be all good where you from, bro.
Nah, it ain't all good. You know, they're doing a lot of murder in Mexico right now. It's tough in Mexico.
Yeah, so why you sending them people back? Cause I feel you.
Because that's their country and that's their problem, B. I'm saying, when is the people going? We got enough problems. We got plenty of problems. They kill it over here. You know what I'm saying? They're killing black people over here. So why are we going to let some other people come in and add to our problem? MS-13 and all them niggas get pack their ass up and send them home.
But let me ask you this though: are they not doing the jobs that we don't want?
They're not doing no jobs. MS-13 is cutting people's hands off.
I get that now. And that's what I'm talking
and wilding out.
If you gonna send them back, because we don't need that type of shit going on. But if you just a regular Hispanic over here chilling, working, man, ain't got no problem with you. Let them people come over here. Let them pay your back taxes, and you could come on over here. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Because your kids is legal. How am I gonna separate you from your legal kids?
I ain't nothing to do with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go to France and have a baby in France. That's my problem. Why did I travel to France and with a pregnant woman? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why are we in France living illegally? Obviously, for 9 months we had a baby. Hell no, man. Hell no. What you been doing for 9 months? Stealing from the economy and shit, man. Go ahead, man.
That's because you trying to find a better life, man.
That's fine. Find a better life on your own terms, dog. Where can I go to find a better life, B? It's not fair. I want a better life. I can't go to Mexico for a better life.
Right, so check this. If 45 get another term, you want to go seek asylum somewhere else?
I don't have enough money. I ain't Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I can't go nowhere that I don't speak.
You can go north, bro.
Speak the language and road crew and be It's not gonna happen. I don't have no cousins. I can't bring over 30 of my cousins with me. We're gonna live in a 1-bedroom house and work for the construction man for $9. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Mexico.
But let me. That's true. true. But this is another thing I say too. Instead of sending them people back, you need to deport the people that's employing them. Cause
Yep.
that's really what this all stemmed from. All these people ain't come over here cause they just came over here. They came over here cause they got work. You know what I'm saying? So if you deport the people that's been employing them, I think that's a win-win situation. You know what
But
I'm
see,
saying?
the people that's been employing them is citizens, dog. You
That's
can't
what I'm
deport the
saying.
citizens.
Yes, you can. You are hiring illegal people.
You
That's
can't
a crime.
deport the citizens, though, dog. You can lock them up.
Yeah, but hey, fuck
I
it.
go for that. I
Yeah,
say lock them up because essentially they're breaking the law.
yeah, true. So hey, send them to the gateway cities too and make them pay back taxes.
No, and no gateway city, send their ass back. If we're gonna build a gateway city, they might as well build a city over there, let them work in it, and have their own life.
That's what they doing anyway. Who you think building all these cities, B? It ain't us. It ain't white
Yeah,
people.
and they
It's
might
the
as well
random
build them
people.
for themselves
That's
with
what
their
I'm saying.
own money
It'd
on their own land.
it'd be better than building a wall. You know what I'm saying? Let them build another Houston somewhere down there at the border. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be jumping.
Long as it's on the other side of the border, I ain't got no beef with it.
Hey man,
No beef
I
with it.
think man, but when you look at the situation, man, they talking about these people. Once they separate their kids, like the real crime is happening when after the separation from they parents and stuff. How the people that's at these shelters, how they're allowed to deal with the children, like they can't touch them. So really, these kids are, like I said, they growing up in an environment where that there's no love. You know what I'm saying? You got a PlayStation, you got a basketball court and a playground, but you can't get a hug when you crying. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a lot of psychological damage that's really going to happen to a lot of these kids because kids need love, especially little kids. You know what I'm saying? As an adult,
What's what's the what's the ultimate plan for these kids?
that's what I'm
Are they what
saying.
they gonna do?
They
What's the plan?
they claiming that they're gonna find or once they figure out the status or what's going on with the parents, they're gonna link them back up with the parents. But you know our system, man, that shit could take years, bro. So you talking about
They need to send them back across that border, baby.
yeah, they do. I
They
mean,
need to have a mass call to Mexico say, hey, we got all y'all kids. On Monday, they all coming home. Be
see,
there to pick up your kids.
but all them kids is not Mexicans, man. They are Americans. That's what I'm saying. And that's the issue we gonna keep running into is that some of them is American. The
With
parents,
Americans, they need to let them go.
where
If
you
you're an
gonna let them
American,
go?
why are you holding you?
But
That's wrong in itself.
where you
I'm
gonna
talking
put
about
them?
the illegals.
That's what I'm saying. Illegals got American kids. So where you gonna put the American kids if you kick them out? They gonna be out here on Skid Row somewhere.
Dog, you go where your parents at, dog.
So they parents.
You go where your parents at, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Simple as that. If you American and your parents American, if you go to Georgia, you go with your parents when you were a kid, dog. They didn't separate you. You can send them back with their parents. You're not legal if your parents aren't legal. That's the rule is wrong. How can I be legal? Get out of here with that. Send them back.
So
Send them back. Let them go. Cut them loose.
Send everybody back. So you think they should have a Mexican pathway to citizenship, a reverse pathway to citizenship?
It need to be just like anywhere else. You can't just go become a citizen of Sweden or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the procedure is, you need to follow it. And every year, it should only be able to let so many people in. We got enough overcrowd. Why is you trying to flood the market?
Hey man, it's too late. This been going on. This thing ain't just happened overnight, man. I mean,
Nah, but if they round them up overnight,
yeah,
round them right up, send them right on back.
yeah, because this been going on since like the '90s, bro.
Oh, they catching up, B. They catching up. They catching about
Oh,
10,000 people every night.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They round them up.
Around, man. Trump is not playing around.
He ain't playing. He ain't playing at all. They say we're going to build this wall. They build this wall at all.
They not building no wall, man.
They are building his wall. You haven't seen it?
They not building his wall, brother. Who
Okay.
gonna build the
Oh,
wall? Who
you think
gonna-
it's fake?
I think it's something. I think it's talk. I don't think it's fake. But who?
Listen to me, B. They are building his. I'm not telling you that they're going to build his wall. There are pictures of his wall. They have been building his wall.
Let me ask you this then: who the hell gonna build the wall?
Whoever the government contracts to build the wall.
Which is gonna be some Latinos, okay? You gonna
Don't
tell
make a
me,
difference.
You gonna tell me they gonna build a wall to keep their own people out.
Yeah, because they don't care. You know, they want that money, dog. They
Get
not
out of
tripping
here.
over that.
Get
They
out
probably
of
build
here.
a way underneath the wall and get
That's what
through.
I'm
At the
saying.
same
It's
time, they're gonna build that wall, and they ain't gonna complain about it either. It's gonna be quick.
hey,
Build the shit out of the wall.
nah, but long as they pay the taxes while they doing it, I don't care. Just
As long as
pay,
they paying the
just
taxes,
pay
why
your
they doing it,
taxes,
I don't
man.
care.
That's all I care about is you paying your taxes, man. I want that federal and that state income tax. I want you to pay taxes because I'm tired of paying taxes. I'm starting to become a black Republican because they taxing the shit out of us. So them people need to pay their taxes. Let them stay if they paying their taxes. That's all I care. Just put into the system, and so we can all eventually grow old and be happy one day.
Gotta go, B. If they said they got to go, they need to go. Send them back.
Man,
That's my position.
you a black Republican. You starting to sound
Hey,
like
when they change the policy, then I'm gonna go with the policy. It ain't up to me. They don't let me pick and choose what I want to do.
that
We
is true.
we we allow the president. He said he want a wall. He said they gotta go.
You
Look, they
do.
gotta go. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Now hold up, man. How are you I mean, like you with it today. Normally you be talking mess about 45, man.
You know what? I'm not with him, but my policy is simple as plain. I cannot go to Mexico and just live. They're not going to let Perry Malone go to Mexico and just live, have some kids, and become a Mexican without going through the proper
I mean,
channels. It's not going to happen. First of all, like I tell you, I can't. I don't speak Mexican. I don't speak Spanish. I speak it, but I'm not well enough to go over there and just get on somebody's work crew and be getting paid pesos and shit. You know, I'm getting paid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you figure it out. Don't get me wrong. I'm just making a long example.
right.
But at the same time, it's not fair. Is what it is. And if you're illegal, you're breaking the law. If I break the law, they're trying to send me to jail. You're illegal. You're breaking the law. Man, send their ass home. Simple and plain is easy.
But you gotta look at it like this too. You know what I'm saying? If you go over there and work for the low, they'll find a way to get you over there. Just like over here. You know what I'm saying? Them people came over here. They work for the low. They underbid everybody else. Nobody can do the work that they do for the price that they do it for. So that's the reason. It's not just them people coming over here. These people coming over here because they working for the low. America was built on slavery. It's gonna always be built on cheap
Cheap
labor.
labor.
Yeah, so they can sit here and act like these people. It's nothing but modern day slavery. So yeah, I'm with you. Send them back if they not paying their taxes. That's my whole thing. Just pay your taxes.
They're breaking the law, B.
They
They're
are.
breaking the law.
They are.
It's designed for them to break the law.
Right. So we done with them.
You can cut to special schools and they got grants for people from out of. They got all types. They don't have that for me in Mexico.
Right. True that.
That's what I'm telling you. If there's nowhere for me to go and be free, then why should they allow them to come here and be free? You grew up in Mexico. That's not my fault. I grew up in America. That's not my fault. Here I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not slavery going on, they're not slaving people in Mexico. It's just a hard ass place to live.
Right.
You gotta figure it out.
True that.
If you grew up in a simple city, you grew up in the ghetto, you got to figure it out.
You do.
Who's rescuing me from the hood? You know what I'm saying? I can't go nowhere.
I just think they ran their course right now. They done built all the cities up, and now it's time for us to let them go. This was part of the master plan. So we done with y'all.
Oh,
now.
no doubt.
Get the fuck out of here.
We use y'all. Now beat it. That's how they thinking.
And basically, the same thing goes for a situation, man. This is a unique situation. It's kind of like a catch-22, man. It's kind of like it was a track meet this weekend where well, not this weekend, but the past week, two transgender young. Are they young? Well, I guess they transitioning from men or boys to girls. So they're transgender girls, right? So they went and participated in the girls' state track meet, and actually they ended up whipping all the girls. So now what we see, you got these two young ladies, Andrea Yearwood and Terry Millen. Andrea Yearwood finished second. Terry Miller finished first. Yearwood finished first place last year. So this is something that you kind of hear it every year about this time, that okay, when we talk about the transgender issue, as far as what you identify as, How is that going to translate into sports when you could just say, I believe I'm a girl, so now I can compete as a girl? Uh, this what happens is that these two young people, they went out there and they blew out the competition, and now the young ladies are trying to sign a petition trying to, I guess, change the rules as far as them competing, transgender athletes competing with and females. Because I don't really think it's that much of an issue if a young lady tries to transition to a male sport, because you're not going to be able to compete with real men. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at a situation where you got these young men competing with young ladies, that's a whole nother ball game. Because physically, they was talking about one of the transgender ladies just competed with the men's indoor track team like this season. So you talking less than a few months ago, he was running with dudes, and now he switched over and now he's competing with young ladies, and he's going to break all kind of records with competing with women, because physically you are still a boy. You know what I'm saying? Now when you talk about sports in general, this is just the tip of the iceberg, because this is track. Nobody really cares about track except people that's involved in track. Now you wait till a young transgender lady comes and takes over basketball, or softball or volleyball. That's when you really going, or soccer even. But when a young transgender dude comes and takes over those sports, that's when you really gonna hear some rumblings. Because I think when you look at the environment we in right now, when you talking about women's rights and all that, I don't. Where do you see this going in the future when you talk about the LGBTQ movement versus the Me Too movement? Even though this isn't sexually, it doesn't have anything sexual. Well, I guess as far as identity wise, you could talk about how you identify sexually. But do you think this is the clash of two titan movements about to hit heads or bump heads?
Nah.
What you think is gonna happen?
I think 100 years from now, you're not gonna know who's black and who's white and who's male and who's female.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? By the time you and I are gone, this whole world gonna be completely ambiguous. You dig?
Interracial. I told you, man, there's more interracial people than anybody else out here, man. They sleeping on them folks, man. Me, like, I'm a light-skinned Negro, and you, my friend, you're brown. What are you? Are you consider yourself dark skin or brown skin? What do you consider yourself as?
I'm just a black dude, man. You know what I'm saying? All that shit don't make a difference to me, man. You know why? Because what you see might not be what somebody else see. Me and you can look at somebody and all day long be like, that person's light skinned. I might be like, nah, that person's light brown. I don't know what you see. You don't know what I see. So I can't really tell you what I am. You know? What I see in the mirror may not very well be how you see me. You understand?
Yeah, I can dig that. You right about that. Because a lot of times you be like, wait a minute, you're not. Like, you got people that be like, I'm light skinned. Wait a minute, you're not light skinned.
Hold up, when did you get to be light skinned? Yeah. Somebody might be like, oh, I'm dark skinned. You be like, nigga, you 2 steps away from being Indian or something, man. What you talking about?
Yeah, man, that's real. But like I told you, man, now it's so many. You right when you say everybody gonna look the same, but this transgender thing is a real thing though, because now they talking about like I don't know if you remember the chick from South Africa, where she was born a hermaphrodite, and now they said she was born a hermaphrodite, not that she felt she was born this way. They making her take hormone treatments to bring her levels down so she can compete against women. Do you think something like that will happen at a high school level?
That stuff is rare. It's rare that people is born with both sex organs. That's a real rarity.
That's true.
That ain't something you're going to have to deal with on a national level a whole lot.
But I'm talking about...
You know what I'm saying? The problem is they need to check the hormone levels. If your hormones is rating you as a male, you got to compete with the males. Right. Simple as that. Or even let them all compete together, period. Other than that, it's no way. That's just not fair. It's an unfair advantage. Testosterone versus estrogen. It's an unfair advantage all day long. Right. It's got nothing to do with hurting a person's feelings. It's got nothing to do with trying to deny a person their rights to be whatever they want. It's got to do with fairness of that sport. Right. And if we're not all, it's damn near like taking human growth hormones, steroids.
It is.
You know.
Because I mean, I'm gonna tell you, like, especially at that age, once you get to high school, that's when the separation occurs. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like middle school, you might have a couple girls that can still handle themselves against a boy. But once high school hit, that's when you start to see that separation. But when you talk about like hormone treatments and all that, man, do you ever think they'll really try to press that in high school?
Nah,
Because
it's just like separation of state and religion.
Right.
They can't really press that. Once you start pressing that, you open yourself up to litigation.
Right, and that's the problem. So how you? I mean, because when you think about this situation, when you talk about they need to change the law, how are they going? What are they going to change the laws to? You know what I'm saying? To really combat this. You know what I'm saying?
You don't change the law. It's either change the dynamics of the sport, or you change what it is to be male or female. Because if you're saying that this is male track and this is female track, you can't have a person competing in female track that's physiologically a male. It's just simply not fair.
But yes, you can, because that person identifies themselves.
And that's why you need to change the rule. Because you identifying with being a female don't make you a female no more than not.
That's true. But at the same time, it's going to be some discrimination. You open yourself up to discrimination.
Look at the lady that say she was black.
Yeah.
She was black. How you going to tell her she wasn't black? She wasn't no more black than that boy that you just showed as a girl.
That's right. That's right. But at the same time, she was black. But this is different because you talking about.
How so?
You talking about this is something that this was a movement that started where this was acceptable. They didn't. I mean, it's really no way. There's no right way to deal with this because you opening yourself up to legal actions because you are discriminating.
You can be a male if you want to be a male.
Right.
You cannot play this male sport if you are not physically a male. As simple as that is wrong. If it was boxing, how you gonna be you gonna get yourself hurt? It ain't right.
If you identify as a woman,
yeah, but your body don't say that. And we racing bodies. We're not racing identifications.
That is true. But at the same time, you got to put me in there with them girls because I'm a girl.
Now you don't.
Girl.
Now you don't.
How you gonna
if you do, you're wrong.
That's just
because
like,
it's not fair to the other 8 girls that's running.
But like you said, that lady said she was black. We couldn't nobody tell her she wasn't black. She done changed her name to Nkichi or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know who told her she wasn't black? The United States government told her she wasn't black. And right now they after that ass about some tax money she done messed up and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you know what? Maybe she is black because that's how they do niggas all the time.
She black. They gonna treat her like she black.
You want to be black? We gonna show you black.
they gonna show her that she black. You want to identify as black? We gonna give you the black treatment. So that's what I'm saying. These young ladies or whatever you can't discriminate against them based on how they see themselves, and that's the problem you're gonna keep running into.
Discriminating against them would be not letting them run track. If they're allowed to run track and compete on an equal field, then it's not discriminating against them. If you have the physiology of a boy and you want to run track, you need to run track with the boys. It's not discriminating against them by not letting them run track with the girls. That's bullshit, young. And you know it. You shake your head, but that's bullshit because discrimination is not letting them run. You saying, oh, you can't run. Nah, you can run, but you got to run with the people that's like you. You can't run with the people that ain't like you.
But see, then you running with the boys and you a girl.
No, you ain't.
Yes, you are.
Your body is a boy.
You transgender, man. That is a new fucking. That is
yeah. Transgender is a mental thing.
It don't.
We're talking about physical things right now. Rights and laws, they can have all the rights and laws of everybody else. When it comes to running a foot race, I don't want my son running against no girls. It ain't fair. It ain't fair.
Transgender is a real thing, brother, and you got to respect them people.
I respect it.
And I'm telling you,
when it comes to sports, it's not fair if you letting somebody run that's not physically the same as the other people. It's not fair.
So you think they should put an asterisk beside their wins or whatever?
I think they should make them run with what they physically identified as. I don't think there should be no asterisk. I think it's not fair. What asterisk? It's not fair. I'm a girl. I'm running against a boy. It's not fair.
I'm telling you, man.
He got his hormone level say he's a male, and because he feel like he's a woman, that's fine. I don't have nothing against that. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
I'm saying it's wrong to let them compete on a level that you're saying is not the same level. Now you can put them all together and let all the men let everybody run against each other.
Yeah.
I go for that.
Yeah. Or do you think? Or let me ask you this: do you think they should just let them run against other like trans athletes?
I think everybody should run against everybody. If they're saying we're women, then the women need to run against the men need to run against the women. Let's see who's the best. Is it the transgenders? Is it the men? Is it the women? Let's just see. You know what I'm saying? It should be one sport then. Because if it's going to be separated by gender, then it's not fair if you got men running with women.
It's not. I mean, I don't think there's any way they can fix this. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a way they can fix it. Now with the two movements you got, that's about the clash. Because you got the LGBTQs and the Me Too's about the clash. I think this is just going to be something that's going to last for a long time. I don't know what to say. But what I will say is what we say all the time, man. Don't be stupid. If you see you about to run up against a dude, you need to maybe bow out.
You need to be faster.
You better be faster. You're not going to be faster than no boy. I mean, you got to just be like, look, I protest. I'm not running this final.
It's messed up.
It is.
It's messed up because it's essentially the same thing as doping.
Nah, it's not doping because it's nothing artificial in your body.
Nah, but dig it. Half of that doping is hormone. Yeah. Some of them be artificial. Some of them be regular old human growth hormone. And if you got more of a testosterone, you know, if they test the athlete and his testosterone levels is too high, he got to go through more tests. They saying something ain't right.
But that's what
so if you got a whole back of girls and one dude that says he's a girl and his testosterone levels is twice as high as theirs, that's not fair, B. It don't make a difference what he identifies himself as.
Not fair. I'm not saying it is fair. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But at the end of the day, we put it out there already that it's okay for these people to compete. You know what I'm saying? Against who they identify as. We talking about when you talk about when we talking about where you want to use the bathroom, we talking about yeah, I'm physically a man, but I feel like a woman, so I get to use the bathroom with the women. This is a major fucking issue in our country as far as where we get to use the bathroom with these people. So I think there's no way you can fix this unless you make them compete against their own kind. That's the only. They
ain't no own kind, man. They're not gonna like to hear that. Don't call them their own kind. No,
I understand.
They won't say that.
I'm not saying it.
Their kind is your kind.
That's true. I'm not saying it on no derogatory. I'm not trying to be derogatory or nothing. I'm saying that transgender eventually, in order for you to fix this, because like I said, at the end of the day, a woman can't transition over to a man sport and be competitive because she's not naturally a man. But as a man transitioning to a woman, you're going to always run into this type of issue. And this is just track. So like I said, once you get to like basketball and volleyball and people start transitioning over into them sports, you're going to hear all types of rumblings because it's not fair. But in order to fix this, there's no way you can fix men going over to women's sports without just being like, look, we have to put y'all in a whole group by yourselves.
Should be no more men in women's sports. It should just be sports.
Nah, man.
The best people that can compete need to be able to compete.
Nah, because at the end of the day,
if you can't make the team, you can't make the team, B. If you can make the team and you're a woman or a transgender, then make the team.
Nah, because the all-star WNBA woman, she probably can't even handle a D-League NBA dude. Man.
Nah, you just didn't make the team.
You can't compete. We can't all.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault. You wanted it all equal. You wanted to be a man when you was really a woman. Now everybody's equal. If you can't compete, that's on you. I don't have nothing to do with that. Because you wanted to be equal. There you go. You got what you want. We're all equal. It shouldn't be no women's football and men's football. If a woman can come out there and run a man over, come out here and run his ass over. If not, you just don't make the team. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
Fair enough. I can go with that.
Tennis. No women's tennis and no men's tennis. If we can get out there, you get that ball harder than me. That's what you wanted. I lost. Simple as that.
But then you're gonna see all these women on steroids and shit, man.
That's what the anti-doping is for, dog. We keep everybody clean. Everybody clean and evil.
Hey, look here, man. Lance Armstrong was doping the whole time he was winning all the bike ride, man. People dopes. You understand me? Like everybody dope.
And you know what? They changed the doping rules because of Lance Armstrong.
Every year they find a new dope. Barry Bonds doping. Everybody doping. All the baseball was doping. What you talking about?
Because they don't test in baseball. They don't care.
Everybody's trying to cheat. All right, that's what I'm saying. But on that note, man, like we say all the time, don't be stupid. And if you know, I don't know what to tell you if you're a female running against boys. I think.
I tell you, I know what to tell you. You need to listen to the points that we brought up, and y'all need to sign a petition, and y'all need to make it all inclusive. Either everybody run together, or you need to run with the gender that you was been assigned.
Fair enough, brother, man. So, man, to the next time we see y'all, man, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man.
Happy Father's Day, fellas.
Man. Enjoy your day, and don't be stupid, man. Just enjoy your day. All right, to the next time we see y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.